Your legs might feel weaker, slower, or just a little more tired than they used to. But what if I told you the real reason isn't your age, it's your fruit bowl? Yes, truly. A quiet mistake. Hiding in your kitchen could be silently draining the strength from your thighs, weakening your balance and making each step a little shakier. According to the Nike, 1 in 3 seniors over 65 is already battling sarcopenia, a condition that causes muscle to melt away. Like snow on a warm day, and now shocking. 2025 studies reveal that certain fruits, yes, fruits might be accelerating that loss without you even realizing it. Now, I'm not saying you should stop eating fruit entirely, but some of the most innocent-looking fruits are quietly flooding your body with sugar, breaking down collagen in your joints and sparking the kind of inflammation that turns steady legs into jelly. In this video, we're diving into 7 fruits that may look sweet but could be sabotaging your leg strength with every bite. You'll want to stick around till the end because fruit number 3 has been scientifically linked to a 3-fold increase in muscle fatigue and calcium loss in aging adults. And chances are, it's already in your kitchen. Before we get into it, I'd love to hear from you. What fruit do you eat the most these days? Drop it in the comments below, and I'll reply with whether it's helping or hurting your legs. And of course, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join us here at Wise Health, where your health, happiness, and independence matter more than ever. All right, let's begin with the first fruit on the list. It's sweet watery, and you've probably eaten it on a hot summer day. Without a second thought, watermelon may seem like a refreshing, innocent treat, especially on a warm day. But after 65, it could quietly be sabotaging your leg strength. You see, watermelon has a glycemic index of 80 that's higher than a slice of white bread when you eat it. Your blood sugar spikes rapidly. Your body responds with a surge of insulin, and shortly after your blood sugar crashes, that crash leaves your muscles without the steady stream of fuel they need to stay strong and stable. But that's just the beginning. Watermelon is made up of over 90% water, which sounds hydrating, but it also means it's lacking in key nutrients your muscles crave, like magnesium, calcium, and protein. On top of that, watermelon is packed with fructose, a type of sugar that your liver has to process before your muscles can even use it in seniors, especially those with even mild fatty liver. A very common condition after 60. This process becomes sluggish. The result, more inflammation, more insulin resistance, and less energy reaching your leg muscles when they need it most. A study published in the journal Nutrients in 2019 tracked over 1,000 older adults. It found that high fructose fruit intake, particularly from low nutrient density fruits like watermelon, was directly linked to reduced walking speed and grip strength. Participants with the highest fructose intake had significantly weaker, lower body performance and slower recovery from daily activity. So what can you do? You don't need to swear off watermelon forever. But portion control is key. Think of it as an occasional treat, not a daily snack. If you're going to enjoy a bit of watermelon, never eat it alone on an empty stomach. Instead, pair it with a small handful of almonds or a few spoonfuls of Greek yogurt. That combo will help slow the sugar absorption and keep your muscles fueled for longer. Now that you know the hidden cost of this summertime favorite, let's move to the next one, a seemingly healthy habit that pours pure sugar straight into your bloodstream and drains your strength with every sip. Fruit juice might wear a health halo, especially those labeled 100% natural or no sugar added. But for seniors, it could be one of the sneakiest threats to your leg strength after 60. Your body becomes less efficient at processing sugar, and that glass of juice you sip in the morning, it could be flooding your system with sugar far faster than your muscles can handle. Here's why. When fruit is juiced, it's stripped of all its natural fiber. That fiber isn't just filler, it acts like a protective shield, slowing down how quickly the sugars enter your bloodstream without it. Even the sugar from natural fruit turns into a fast-absorbing glucose bomb. Your blood sugar spikes within minutes, your insulin overreacts, and your muscles stop receiving steady, usable energy. Instead, they're hit with an on and off roller coaster that promotes inflammation and speeds up muscle loss, especially in your legs. This isn't just theory. A 2021 study in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism followed seniors over 65 who regularly drank fruit juice compared to those who ate whole fruit. The juice drinkers had 34% higher fasting blood sugar, a 22% greater risk of insulin resistance, and most strikingly, a % faster rate of leg muscle atrophy. That's right, juice, even homemade or cold-pressed, can silently wear away the very muscles that keep you standing, walking, and balanced. What's more, liquid sugar doesn't trigger the fullness sensors in your stomach. You can easily drink the equivalent of 4 or 5 oranges in one glass without realizing it. That excess sugar gets stored as belly fat, which in turn raises inflammation and interferes with the muscle signals that control posture and movement over time. That means slower steps, more stiffness, and even higher fall risk. So what should you do instead? It's simple: ditch the juice, even the healthy ones. Instead, eat the whole fruit with the peel when possible, and always pair it with something that contains healthy fat or protein like walnuts or plain Greek yogurt. If you crave something fresh and light in the morning, try fruit-infused water with cucumber, lemon, or mint. You'll stay hydrated and satisfied without spiking your blood sugar or draining your strength. Next up is a fruit that might be hiding in your pantry right now. Soft, sweet, and deceptively dangerous to your joints and mobility. Let's talk about a pantry staple that seems harmless. Canned fruit in syrup. It's convenient, soft, easy to chew, and often marketed as light or packed in natural juice. But don't be fooled for seniors over 65. These sugary little cups are one of the fastest ways to lose leg strength, drain your energy, and damage the very joints that support your movement. Here's why: most canned fruits are stripped of their skins, cooked at high temperatures, and then soaked in heavy syrup made with high fructose corn syrup or refined sugars. What's left isn't real fruit. It's more like sugar-soaked, fiberless mush without the natural fiber to slow digestion. The sugar enters your bloodstream like a freight train, pushing your insulin into overdrive. The result: glucose spikes, crashes inflammation, and a body that turns sugar into belly fat instead of muscle fuel. Worse yet, this kind of high fructose sugar actively destroys collagen in your joints and speeds up the breakdown of muscle tissue, especially in the legs, hips, and ankles. A major 2020 study published in Nutrients found that seniors who consumed canned fruits more than twice a week had a 38% higher risk of developing mobility limitations. The researchers noted that chronic sugar-induced inflammation damages mitochondria, the power centers inside your muscle cells, leading to slower repair, less energy output, and ongoing weakness in the lower body. And it's not just about what's in the can, it's about what's missing. Vitamin C, potassium, and folate, critical for muscle coordination and collagen production, are often destroyed in the canning process. The end result: a soft snack that might feel comforting but leaves your legs tired, your joints achy, and your body undernourished. What can you do? Skip the syrup-soaked stuff altogether. If you love canned fruit, switch to options labeled in water or no added sugar. Even better, choose fresh whole fruits or frozen varieties with no sweeteners, and always read the label. If it says "in syrup," know that it's not a treat, it's a trap. Now let's move on to a fruit that's been praised as a healthy snack for decades, but hides one of the most damaging sugar compounds for aging legs: raisins. May look innocent, tiny, chewy, naturally sweet, but don't let their size fool you. For seniors over 60. These dried little fruits can quietly create a perfect storm inside your body. One that weakens leg muscles, stiffens joints, and increases your risk of falls. And the worst part, they're often marketed as healthy snacks or tossed into morning oatmeal without a second thought. Here's the problem. Raisins are essentially grapes with all the water removed, and that means their sugar is concentrated. Just a small handful can contain over 25 grams of sugar. Most of it in the form of glucose and fructose, and unlike fresh grapes, raisins have almost no water or fiber to slow down the absorption. So when you eat them, your blood sugar rises rapidly like candy, and your insulin follows over time. This constant glucose roller coaster wears out your body's ability to deliver energy where it's needed most. Your legs. A study in the Journal of Gerontology tracked older adults over 60 and found that those who experienced high post-meal blood sugar spikes had significantly weaker leg strength and slower walking speeds. But it doesn't stop there. Raisins also contain something called age-advanced glycation end products. These are compounds formed when sugars bind to proteins in the body, especially collagen ages. Literally stiffen your joints, reduce flexibility in your tendons, and spark inflammation in the muscles that keep you standing tall and walking steady. Even more concerning, many store-bought raisins are processed with vegetable oils or sulfites additives that can irritate the gut, disrupt digestion, and cause systemic inflammation for older adults with sensitive stomachs or autoimmune conditions that can mean aching knees, inflamed nerves, and weakened posture. So what should you reach for instead? If you're craving something sweet and chewy, try thin slices of fresh apple with almond butter or a few frozen berries. They give you antioxidants and fiber without the sugar bomb. And if you love raisins in your trail mix or baked goods, try cutting back slowly or replacing them with chopped prunes or dates in very small amounts, still sweet but with more nutrients and a slower sugar release. Up next, we're heading to the tropics with a fruit that may look like a healthy choice, but quietly floods your liver with sugar and steals your strength. One slice at a time. Pineapple often comes across as the golden child of tropical fruits. Juicy, vibrant, and packed with vitamin C, but for seniors, especially those concerned with muscle health and mobility. Pineapple might be doing more harm than good beneath its sweet, sunny exterior. Hides one of the highest fructose loads among common fruits, and for an aging body. That's where the trouble begins. Fructose is metabolized very differently from glucose. It doesn't go directly into your bloodstream as fuel. Instead, it detours through the liver, which has to convert it before your muscles can use it. For older adults, especially those with fatty liver, a condition affecting over 60% of seniors with diabetes or prediabetes, this metabolic process becomes sluggish and strained. The result, instead of becoming energy, that sugar is turned into fat, leading to further liver damage, insulin resistance, and inflammation. A pivotal study in diabetes care followed older adults consuming diets high in fructose-rich fruits. The findings were eye-opening. Those individuals had a 2.5 times higher risk of developing lower body frailty. That means weaker legs, slower recovery, and higher dependence on assistance to walk or stand. The researchers also noted that pineapple, due to its high fructose content and medium glycemic index of nearly 60, was among the top offenders. Even worse, these sugar surges damage the tiny blood vessels and nerves that supply your legs and feet over time. It's not just about weak muscles, it's about numbness, tingling, and instability. And while some claim pineapple has anti-inflammatory properties thanks to an enzyme called bromelain, the effect is modest at best, and often outweighed by the sugar overload, especially in canned or juiced versions. If you enjoy tropical flavors, there's a better choice. Papaya. It's lower in sugar, higher in fiber, and has been shown in diabetic studies to reduce inflammation. But if pineapple is a regular guest at your table, especially in fruit salads or smoothies, it may be undermining your efforts to stay strong and independent now that we've peeled back the truth on this tropical trap. Let's move on to another fruit, soft, sweet, and full of flavor that becomes increasingly dangerous. The riper it gets. Mango is often called the king of fruits, and for good reason. It's fragrant, flavorful, and rich in vitamins. But once it becomes overripe, turning soft and syrupy, it transforms into a silent enemy of your leg strength, especially for adults over 60. That juicy sweetness you enjoy, it hides a sugar bomb that your aging body may no longer be equipped to handle. 1 cup of sliced, overripe mango contains over 45 gauges of sugar. That's more than what you'd get in a can of soda. The natural sugars, mostly fructose, rush into your bloodstream with little resistance, spiking insulin and triggering a storm of inflammation. And unlike younger bodies that can quickly burn off sugar or store it efficiently, aging bodies often struggle. The pancreas produces insulin more slowly. Muscle cells resist sugar uptake, and the excess glucose floats around, causing damage. One of the most dangerous effects is a process called glycation. This happens when sugar molecules bind to proteins in your body, especially collagen. The vital building block of muscles and joints, glycation hardens and damages these proteins, making your knees less flexible, your tendons stiffer, and your muscles slower to respond. A 2021 study published in Frutas in Endocrinology found that seniors consuming high fructose fruits like overripe mango saw a 32% decline in leg muscle density and a measurable loss in walking speed within just a few weeks. What's worse, fructose encourages the formation of those same advanced glycation end products we mentioned with raisins, which inflame the connective tissues around your joints and nerves. That means not just weaker legs, but also more stiffness, tingling, and a much higher risk of falls. Now, does this mean you can never enjoy mango? Again, not necessarily. The trick lies in timing and pairing. Avoid eating mango when it's overly soft or syrupy. Those are the ones packed with fast-acting sugar. Instead, enjoy firmer, just ripe mango in small portions and always combine it with a stabilizer. Greek yogurt, ground flaxseed, or a few walnuts to buffer the sugar impact. But if you're already feeling shaky when walking, or your legs take longer to recover, or after activity, this seemingly healthy fruit might be quietly fueling the decline. And up next is a fruit that's even more common, found in nearly every kitchen. That may be the most misleading of them all. Bananas are beloved. They're affordable, easy to digest, and often praised as the ideal post-workout snack. But for seniors especially, those over 65 struggling with leg fatigue or balance issues, this everyday fruit may be doing more harm than good. The truth is, bananas, especially the ripe soft ones with brown spots, are loaded with fast-acting sugars that can quietly weaken your leg muscles over time. A single ripe banana contains roughly 14 grams of sugar, mostly in the form of glucose and fructose, because it's naturally low in fiber. Especially once overripe, the sugar is digested and absorbed rapidly, leading to a sharp rise in blood glucose. Your body releases insulin to handle it. But as we age, that insulin response becomes slower and less efficient. What follows is a rapid crash, leaving your muscles underfueled and fatigued, and it doesn't stop there. Bananas have a high glycemic load, meaning they can significantly impact blood sugar, even in moderate amounts. A 2019 study published in Frutas in Endocrinology examined older adults and found that those with diets high in glycemic load had notably lower quadricep strength, poorer balance control, and reduced muscle endurance even when their calorie intake was considered healthy. Another issue lies in the potassium myth. While it's true that bananas contain potassium eating, too many can backfire, especially in seniors with reduced kidney function, which is common after 60 excess potassium that the body can't properly filter may contribute to muscle cramps, irregular heartbeat, or even slowed movement. Meanwhile, bananas lack essential amino acids and magnesium, two nutrients your muscles depend on for strength and proper contraction, so should you avoid bananas altogether? Not necessarily. The key is choosing the right kind and pairing it wisely. Instead of soft, sugary bananas, choose green or just ripened ones. These contain more resistant starch, which digests slower and has a gentler effect on blood sugar, and never eat them on their own. Add a smear of peanut butter, a few almonds or chia seeds to slow absorption and keep your energy steady now that you've seen all 7 fruits that quietly weaken your legs. Let's wrap things up with a warm reminder and a few simple next steps to keep you walking strong and steady. So here's the truth. Many of the fruits we've trusted for decades, the ones we thought were nourishing, may be silently working against us after 60, not because fruit is bad, but because our bodies have changed. What once gave us energy might now leave us weak. What once seemed harmless may now tip the balance, literally. But here's the good news. You have the power to choose differently. A few simple swaps. A bit more awareness. That's all it takes to protect your legs, your balance, and your independence. You don't have to fear fruit. You just have to be smarter about it. Every step you take, every time you stand up with ease is a small victory. And those victories add up. Your legs carry your life. Let's treat them with the respect they deserve. If this video helped open your eyes, I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell me which fruit surprised you the most or which one you'll be cutting back on. I read every comment, and if you'd like more science-backed tips to help you stay strong, healthy, and happy well into your golden years, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Wise Health, because aging doesn't mean fading. It means learning how to shine smarter every single day. Thank you for spending time with me today. Take care of your legs, and take care of you.